much force feedback is realistic?
God damn it.
I don't blame you guys for asking that question. I mean, when I started sim racing, my first wheel was a Logitech G27, which I think put out 2.4 Newton meters of peak force. Now, fast forward to 2024, and I'm on a Moser R21, which, as the name suggests, has a peak output of 21, and frankly a lot of the time you don't need anywhere near that level of force feedback. For reference, by the way, I usually use around 3 or 4. I thought today I would try and get through an entire rally stage in EAWRC using 100% of what this Moser R21 can give me. 21 Newton meters of torque. Now, first things first, for the love of God, don't try this at home. I'm a professional dickhead. I've been doing this for a very long time. I know how not to injure myself most of the time. I told my girlfriend I was doing this today, and she was like, why?
Why?
Remember, you've got a 24-hour race coming up, Jimmy. I'm like, be alright? What's the worst that can happen? Now, just for a little bit of context, what I'm going to do is just kind of show you how the wheel reacts on my normal force feedback settings. Now, for me, this is where you should be aiming for when driving a rally game. About 3 or 4 Newton meters torque, because the car's sliding a lot, you're going to get tired. These cars have power steering in real life. You've got to try and simulate that. So this is what it should look like. See, nice and easy. Like I've got a lot of time to do anything. And any movement really is me just reacting to the road surface of how the car is. It's very easy to hold the wheel where I want it to be. There's no crazy torque going on. Feels responsive, feels nice. And it's pretty much what you should be aiming for when... bloody hell. When starting to be for rallying. And when you crash like that, it doesn't rip your hands off. In fact, it's so light, I can probably just use one finger for this. Oh, you're not here to see that though. So now I've cranked this thing up to 100% force feedback. 21 Newton meters of torque. Don't try this at home. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my thumbs outside of the wheel like this. If I have my thumbs inside the wheel when driving and I have some sort of crazy accident, it's just going to, I need this. It's going to just take it with it. I don't want that on my wheel. Also, you know, I've got a white wall. Here we go. 100% force feedback.
4, 3,
in the AWRC.
Go left of the crest, 120.
It's okay so far. Oh god, no it's not.
50.
No it's not.
Crest, onto tarmac, and 5 right.
Oh my god.
Tightens.
It's so different.
And crest, and late 3.
Ah, she did.
10.
Oh,
6 left, 7.
there are going to be some very choice noises that come out of this recording, but immediately I can feel what we refer to as clipping in the force feedback.
Tightens 4, very long.
It's just because it's not set up properly in game. Oh god. It's not really meant to have this force feedback, and it means when you get into a corner, it almost goes dead in the corner because
Don't cut.
it just, the game's giving you strength and it's run out of detail.
60.
Oh my god, I'm having to actually,
Tightens.
I don't want to grab the wheel like this, but I'm having to a little bit just to be able to have the strength to turn it. And people wonder, why would you bother having this sort of force feedback? But it does simulate.
6 left of crest, half long.
So cars, when they have issues, oh my god, I can't hold on to it.
3 right.
I've driven a car with slick tyres and no power steering, and I gotta say, this sort of level of, oh god, hands off, very important. This sort of level of
Slowing 70 crest.
of force isn't too far off.
Square right, onto gravel.
Like a long, oh square right, I can't turn.
Crest, 160.
Holy hell, this is almost impossible. Let's try and go fast.
Crest, sudden 2 left, 70. 6 right, jump 30. Slight
Gonna be some
30.
funny faces here too, I think.
6 left, 70. 4
Good workout though.
Tightens 3 over bumps, don't cut.
This is how I become as buff as Misha. No, I'm not gonna, oh god. I can't hang on to it physically. I'm gonna try to swing the car around and move the wheel
Into 6 left,
and going beyond, you know,
3 left.
90 degrees of movement in the wheel. Oh my jeez, throw me around in the seat. There used to be a time
3 left of crest. Into slight right.
when you couldn't buy stuff like this consumer style. It was just reserved for race teams and stuff like that, but this stuff's readily available now. Oh my god. And I think if anything, oh Jesus Christ. It's a good advert for just how far wheels have come now. I mean, this Moser R21 is capable of doing this pretty much all day. I remember back in the day having a G27 getting hot. Oh god. Yeah. Getting hot after 10 minutes of use. I think it was broken though, to be fair. Oh my god. I don't mean to dunk on a D27, by the way. I love that wheel. It was a great wheel. Fond memories of that wheel. Oh my god. I've been sweating less. Just like a constant heavy force, like a water splash. Right. Okay. I'm quite curious. I would love to hear how heavy these cars are when the power steering fails. I mean, I don't think it's... Can't be this bad, surely. I mean, I'm having to move my hands around the wheel just to get the sort of leverage on it so I can actually turn the thing. I mean, obviously you're seeing as well, this has slowed me right down. Oh! Actually, it's better when the tyre slides because it does actually let the wheel move a little bit. It's not the one, boys. It's not the one. Okay, easy now. I actually went through... I mean, obviously I'm sponsored by Moser, so I drive a lot of the Moser range. I went through the range the other day just to sort of see which wheel felt nicest to me in terms of the force feedback I liked at 100%. I gotta say, as I'm gonna crash now, at 100%, the Moser R12 is where I wanted to sit, which sort of made me realise that a lot of my force feedback is set around 8-9 Newton meters at a peak. So, under half of this. Oh god, I'm dead again. I'm scared of this thing. Okay. This is probably the one. It's not the one. Oh my god, that nearly took my wrist there. Did the bad thing. I got my wrist locked into the wheel and it pulled me round. Editor, give us a slow motion replay of that. How long is this stage? Oh, I can't do the hairpins. The hairpins are nearly impossible. You see how my arms are moving around now, just trying to keep this thing on the road. And there is detail here in the slower speed stuff, but like its detail is just lost to brute force. You don't need this much force feedback when driving anything, really. And there are wheels out there with a higher peak torque than this. God, you just don't need it. You just don't need it. I'm just trying to be a bit careful now because the force feedback loads up so much in these corners. See how much I've slowed down? Just like self-preservation for me, really. Please turn. Thank you. Or okay, turn more. It's just so... It's obnoxiously heavy. Like, people always wonder why I use this little round rim for this. It's so I can hold on to the thing. There are some bigger rims available in the Moser range, but I like this little guy. Oh. Although maybe not the best idea for leverage on a force feedback stage like this. Is that the end? Please. Please. This is a workout, though. If you're a sim racer like me and scared of the outside world and want to get swole, people still use that word, probably not, then you can then just do this. Just be aware you're probably going to lose your wrists at some point. You don't need those. No, what am I talking about? Spend your time inside, of course you need those wrists, you know what I'm saying? Oh god. It's actually vibrating my desk. Next to my rig. Oh, is that the end? Oh, thank the Lord.
Okay, it's a 10-minute, 30.9
That was so much. That was horrible. So that was pretty awful. I'm feeling... ugh. The point of that video, apart from being like, ha ha ha, 100% force feedback, lol. The point of the video is to kind of show you, you don't need to have the hyper level force feedback to be competitive, to be fast. In fact, here, as we saw, turning it up to that maximum, that 21 Newton meters of torque at the peak, I wasn't able to really keep the thing on the road. It was a hindrance to have that much force feedback. For me, I run this wheel at about 30% of what it's capable of. So about 6, 7, 8 Newton meters of torque. And I find that to be perfect for pretty much every car. I do turn it down for rally and things where I'm going to be drifting a lot to about 10% or 15%. This simulates pretty well what it's like to drive without power steering in a car with very grippy tyres. In fact, it's actually probably more than that. But I hope you guys enjoy watching me, well, frankly struggle through that rally stage using this Moser R21. Massive thank you for watching as always. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe, do all that good stuff. If you're interested in picking up a Moser wheel for yourself, there is a link down below in the affiliate link for me. If you end up purchasing the wheel through there, that helps support the channel. So I'm going to go decompress, I think, and check my arms still work. Take care, have an awesome day. See you for the next one.